Scotland and Ulster are separated by only 13 miles of sea between the Mull of Kintyre and Torhead in County Antrim. The Scots tongue came to Ulster with waves of migration in the 17th century, when tens of thousands of lowland Scots came in search of new economic opportunities and religious freedom. Within a century, the language was firmly established. Ulster-Scots is recognised as a regional minority language. It is an offshoot of the Scots language, which is part of the West Germanic language family. The areas of strongest Ulster-Scots speech are in the coastal arc of Northern Ireland, which encompasses the counties of Down, Antrim and Londonderry. These are the areas of Northern Ireland which are closest to Scotland, and also the areas with the greatest concentrations of Ulster-Scots settlement. There is also a strong Ulster-Scots speaking pocket in the Lagan area of East Donegal. The areas with the richest Ulster-Scots speech tend to be rural areas, but there is also much Ulster-Scots to be found in urban communities. Most people in Northern Ireland use Ulster-Scots words and phrases every day of their lives, often without even realising it. Here are some examples of common Ulster-Scots words and phrases in everyday use. Crack. What's the crack? Any crack? Aye, good crack, queer crack, great crack, a bit of crack. The crack's 90. Crack is a noun meaning talk, gossip, news, chat, conversation, story or joke. It can also be used as a verb, to talk, to chat, to gossip, etc. It was borrowed into Irish as crack, C-R-A-I-C, only in the mid-20th century and is a much older Scots word. Dander, a leisurely walk or stroll. I'm going to go for a dander up the street after work. It can also be used as a verb, meaning to walk, to amble, to saunter. Dander down the lane and see what's happening. It has been recorded as long ago as the 1500s in Scottish literature, however its origin is unknown. Cowp or cope. A verb, meaning to tip over, to overturn, to empty by overturning. Watch that glass doesna cowp. It can also be used as a noun. Somewhere can be described as a cowp, i.e. a rubbish dump. In some parts of Ulster it is pronounced as cope. In North Antrim the term cope carley means a somersault or tumble. It has its origins in the Old French couper, meaning to strike, and you may be familiar with the term coup d'état, a blow of state. Wee, an adjective meaning small or little. It can also be used as a noun, as a short period of time. How long a wee? It is also used in many other words and phrases. A wee yin is contracted to wean, meaning a small one, a child. Blather. Verb, to talk nonsense or talk indiscreetly or indistinctly. Look at your man blathering away. It can also be used as a noun. A blather can be a long-winded person or someone who talks nonsense. Blathers is a general noun for nonsense. It is derived from the Old Norse blathere, to talk indistinctly. Gulder. Verb, to shout angrily or loudly, or to speak boisterously. It can also be used as a noun for a loud, sudden shout. It is from the Scots guller, to roar or to shout, which is believed to be an onomatopoeic word. Hoke. A verb meaning to hollow out, to dig, to uproot, to root around, to rummage. It can also be used as a noun for a rummage round. I'll have to hook in the drawer for the spare set of keys. And it's from the 16th century Scots word hauk, from Middle Low German holken, to hollow out. Scunner or skunder. Noun, A feeling of disgust, loathing, nausea, distaste, dislike, loss of interest or enthusiasm. And it dates back to the 14th century in its use in Scots. Its origin is unknown. It can also be used as a verb, to feel aversion, disgust or loathing, to make bored, uninterested. I'm scunnered with all these COVID-19 restrictions. Skundered can be used as an adjective, and in Greater Belfast now means embarrassed, and this dates back to the late 20th century. Wee Sadie was skundered when the teacher told her off. This shows us that Ulster-Scots is an ever-evolving language. Futher, verb to potter, fiddle around, fidget, work in a clumsy way. Stop futhering with the settings on the television. It can also be used as a noun for a useless, awkward person. And it can be developed into an adjective. Something can be futhery, meaning it is small, complicated, intricate, or difficult to work with. It's wild futhery changing the bulbs in my car's headlights. This word is possibly of Old French and Latin origins. Read up, read out. Noun, the act of clearing away or tidying up, a putting in order. It can be used as a verb, to clear out, to tidy up. You can give someone a redding up, to let them know their faults or give them a scolding. The redding up has become a nearly universal term for routine farming chores across Ulster, such as milking, feeding, mucking out. It dates back in its literary use to the 15th century in Scots writing, and it is probably a hybrid of Old English terms, redden and hredden, and Middle Old German and Middle Dutch redden. Thran, adjective, twisted, obstinate, stubborn, contrary. And it's from the 14th century Scots word thra, to twist or turn. Someone could be described as being as thran as a dike, as stubborn as a wall of earth and stone. Stop and thran and do your homework. Here are some other common phrases that you might hear across Northern Ireland incorporating Ulster-Scots vocabulary. I need to get my head shired. Shired being the Ulster-Scots word for settle or clear, particularly when referring to a liquid. I've been up since the screech of dawn. Screech, the Scots word for screech or loud noise, in this instance referring to birdsong, or more probably the cockerel crowing. I'm up to the oxters in housework, up to the armpits. Someone could be described as being as lazy as shach water. Shach is the Scots word for a ditch, but nowadays it can refer to any body of water at all, as in a stream, a river, and often the ocean. It would founder ye today. Founder, to perish with the cold. I got a queer gunk the other day. I got a shock, a bad piece of news. And someone may tell you to howl your wheesht. Wheesht being the onomatopoeic Scots word for shh, be quiet.